won the game, and so everybody's feeling good and positive going into the Classic.
This is the HBCU Report. James Spady, Alabama A&M head football coach, on the line with us right now. It goes down at 3 o'clock today, live from Legion Field. It is the 75th annual McDonald's Magic City Classic presented by Coca-Cola. Now, Coach, looking at Brian Jenkins' Bama State Hornets, what concerns you heading into today's matchup?
Well, I have tons of concern. Where do I start? And do we have enough time for me to cover all the concerns? Brian Jenkins and I are very familiar with one another. He's a contemporary in this profession, and I consider him a friend. But we go way back. We used to share ideas and professional thoughts, and we would do the professional development stuff together. And anyway, make a long story short, I know that he is gonna be well prepared for us. I know that he'll have a game plan, and there'll be a wrinkle or two that we're going to have to make adjustments to. I know that his football team will be emotionally ready to play us. And, those are the things that you can't really put a meter on. I can't tell you, how those things are going to come out. We're just going to have to withstand and have our own levels of all those things, like emotion, like, being ready and having wrinkles here and there and that kind of thing. I have a tremendous amount of respect for Coach Jenkins and his staff. I know those guys are going to be prepared for what we can do. They've studied our tendencies. We've studied their tendencies. And it's almost one of those deals where we all kind of get to wipe the slate clean, and this becomes the most even matchup that you're going to get at any point during the season. And so we're going to be ready for anything that they might come out with in terms of a surprise. We have to withstand the emotion early in the game and match or exceed that with our own emotion and just play hard for a full 60 minutes. And then let everything else kind of fall where it's supposed to fall. I mean, there's ups and downs during the course of a football game. And so we just have to be ready to deal with those and make the adjustments.
Absolutely. Now, we're expecting the best weather in the last few years. Sunny and 85 is what the weatherman is calling for. And I'm expecting this thing to be a sold-out game. So for those who've never been on hand to witness a Magic City Classic, how would you sell it to them?
In terms of pageantry, it's one of the best ever, in my opinion. I've been involved in some big games. I was a member of Gramblin's staff where we played in the Bayou Classic. And so far, in my 25-plus year career, this Magic City Classic ranks right at the top. There's no doubt that, it's an exciting time. You got goosebumps when you're headed into the stadium. Look up in the stands and they're full, 70, 80,000 people. And it's a spectacle. It's something that's really very special. I've enjoyed the series. I'll enjoy it a lot more if we win. But to be very honest with you, it is really all good. It's one of the best games in the country, and it certainly is HBCU-wise probably one of the top, if not the top, classic there is going.
All right, he is James Spady, head football coach of the Alabama A&M University Bulldogs. Coach, thank you so much. As I say good luck with my fingers crossed.
Well, I appreciate it anyway, Rod.
No, it's all good, bro. I'll see you post game. So definitely good luck,
sir.
luck, and I'm wishing nothing but the best of luck to you guys. Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right, this is the HBCU Report being heard via Spreaker.com. We are powered by SportsNewsAndBrews.com, your official source for sports, black news, political news, and the latest on your favorite craft beers. We are live from the beautiful Aloft Hotel in Birmingham, Alabama. We're just minutes away from Legion Field, site of today's 75th annual McDonald's Magic City Classic presented by Coca-Cola. And, of course, the Magic City Classic isn't magic without the marching bands, the Marching Maroon and White, and the Mighty Marching Hornets. And right now we're being joined on the line by the Director of Bands of the Alabama A&M University Marching Maroon and White. Carlton Wright joins us on the line. First of all, Carlton, welcome back to the show.
Thank you, my brother. How you doing, Rob?
Man, I'm doing well, man. So here we are. It's that time of year again, the Magic City Classic. Now, how long? I know you're an alum of A&M. So how long have you been associated with the Magic City Classic?
I started my career at A&M as a student way back in 1980. So here it is now, 36 years later, still doing it.
Wow, 36 years. And, the really special part about this is that not only are Alabama A&M and Alabama State, arch rivals, but, we always, say it's the most hated love relationship ever because most people from A&M have friends from Bama State. Is that the case with you?
Absolutely. Being from Montgomery myself, our band was split. We brought probably about six to eight students up here when I was a freshman, and the rest of the guys went to Alabama State, and that seems to be the trend every year. We pick up a few students from Montgomery, and up this way, some of the students from Huntsville area, they go down to Alabama State. So, it's just a trade-off.
Absolutely. And then, like I said, you're A&M alumni. Then you have Dr. James Oliver, who's the band director at Bama State. He's alum as well. So, it's like when it comes to the Magic City Classic, I mean, it's not just it's not just a game. You know what I mean? It's not just a game. It's more than a game. It's, because of course we don't pay attention to the football games. I mean, am I lying?
You're not lying. It's all about the bands at that point. I love our football team. I'm a great football fan, and of course, I'm a fan of A&M. But when it comes to the Classic, it's all eyes on us and all eyes on Alabama State's band. So that's what it's all about.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, when you talk about the Magic City Classic, and with you being the band director there and being responsible for recruiting, student musicians to come into the program, how big is an event like the Magic City Classic, to have your program showcased front and center?
Well, Rob, I think a lot of students come to the Classic hinging on the choices that they're going to make about which school they're going to go to. Excuse me. But one thing I try to tell the kids is, look, don't choose because you like our band. Don't come to A&M because you like our band. We're really thrilled and flattered that you feel that way, but it's all about the education more so than the band. So we have a program that the students could major in, like engineering, education, biology, or something like that. We try to pull those kids in, and the students who want to come to A&M, but we don't have a major for them, it's not like we try to discourage them from coming here, but we let them know up front, okay, we don't have this major for you, but this is maybe an option and things like that. So, yeah, a lot of students do come and make their choices based on what they see and hear at the Classic. So we take it all in stride.
This is the HBCU Report. Rob Calloway here with you. We are powered by sportsnewsandbrews.com. We're being joined on the line right now by Carlton Wright, Director of Bands for Alabama A&M University. The Marching Maroon and White will be on hand. Of course, they'll be on hand for the 75th Annual McDonald's Magic City Classic presented by Coca-Cola. Now, Carlton, for a game of this magnitude, what's the practice schedule like?
Our practice schedule is normal. We generally practice from 4 o'clock to 5:30. We take a dinner break, and then we come back around 6:30, and we end up around 8 or 8:30. So we try to utilize our time wisely and not keep the students out all night. But during a time like the Classic, it may get a little bit long because, again, this is our biggest recruiting stage, probably other than the Honda Battle of the Bands, in which we're asking everybody to go out and vote for A&M, HondaBattleOfTheBands.com. But getting back to the Classic practice schedule, we always try to keep the time within respect of the students getting out in time enough to still study, because we just got on the midterms, and some students may need the extra time to pull up some grades and things like that. So about 9:30, if the show is not where we want it to be, we're letting them go so they can go and take care of business with the books. But 8:30 to 9:30 during this time is what we try to stick to.
All right, so what can we expect, man? Or is it a secret, what y'all going to do, man? Halftime, is it a secret? Or you think I'm going to tell?
We're going to play.
What is it going to be? What was that quote? Hold on. What was that quote that they gave you in the newspaper like 2 years ago? They said that y'all were going to be like, what, soft and warm? Is that what they said?
Well, we do what we do, and I always come back with a statement. We do what we do, and other folks do what they do. So, we're going to play.
Absolutely.
We got a nice show. We got a nice book for the fifth quarter, the zero quarter throughout the game. So we have a great arrangement with Mr. Mario Warren, assistant band director, and we have some students who are arranging very well, and we're going to display some of their tunes in the game. So we're just going to have a nice time.
All right, man. I just had to rib you a little bit. You my dude, man. I definitely I'll be over there to check you out. You know that.
I know it, and hey, it's all good. Everybody's got their own style, and people, and I'm sure you check out all the memes on Facebook and things like that.
They got you sleep. They got you sleep in the memes, right?
Hey, bro, that's all good. It's all in fun. I just look at it, like it, and keep moving. So I let those guys who are the meme makers do their thing, and we're doing our thing on the football field and in the band room.
Absolutely. He is Carlton Wright, Director of Bands, Alabama-A&M University, marching maroon and white. Carlton, thank you so much for joining us on the show. And, of course, I'll be making my rounds, and I'll be over there to talk a little smack with you, all right?
Hey, not a problem, Rob. Good talking to you, and hello out there to all the Bulldog fans and all the Hornet fans.
All right, great stuff right there from Carlton Wright, Director of Bands, Alabama-A&M University. We'll see what the Marching Maroon and White have up their sleeves coming up today. Of course, a 3 o'clock kickoff from Legion Field. The 75th annual McDonald's Magic City Classic presented by Coca-Cola goes down. I am Rob Calloway, and this is the HBCU Report being heard via Spreaker.com. We're powered by SportsNewsAndBrews.com, your official source for sports, black news, political news, and the latest on your favorite craft beers. Log on to SportsNewsAndBrews.com right now. Coming up on the other side, we're going to take a look at my neck of the woods. We're going to talk a little Bama State football, Bama State band with Brian Jenkins, head football coach of the Bama State Hornets, and Dr. James Oliver, Director of Bands for Alabama State University's Mighty Marching Hornets. All of that and more is coming up next, right here on the HBCU Report.
It's the HBCU Report with Rob Calloway.
Dave, what are you doing?
Just sending a gift to Dave 2037.
Who?
Me in the future. I save a little money from every paycheck as a gift to Dave 2037, so he can spend it on things like anti-gravity boots or a hologram Doberman, something cool like that. I think Dave 2037 deserves it. He worked hard. What are you getting Steve 2037?
I guess I was thinking Steve 2037 would just fend for himself.
Well, all right, but don't expect to be borrowing my anti-gravity boots.
You want to have money in your future? You got to start saving now. Putting some money from every paycheck into a savings account or contributing to your 401k can make a big difference later. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free ideas and easy ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
Hey, let's just hope Steve 2037 doesn't get his hands on a cold time machine, because he is going to come back here and knock some sense into you.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Follow the HBCU Report on Twitter. Become a fan on Facebook at HBCU Report. This is the HBCU Report with Rob Calloway.
This is the HBCU Report being heard via Spreaker.com. We are powered by SportsNewsAndBrews.com, your official source for sports, black news, political news, and the latest on your favorite craft beers. In addition to Spreaker, the HBCU Report can be heard via iTunes, the TuneIn Radio app, and Google Play Music for Android. You can go back and relive any of our previous episodes, including last week's show that featured North Carolina A&T's Tariq Cohen, who, by the way, went over 5,000 yards for his career last week. The HBCU Report is officially everywhere you are. Now, as we continue to preview today's 75th annual McDonald's Magic City Classic presented by Coca-Cola, we are now joined on the line by Brian Jenkins, head coach of the Alabama State University Hornets. First of all, Coach, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Now, we're just hours away from your second Magic City Classic. I know you've been a part of some of the bigger classics, including the Florida Classic, FAMU versus Bethune-Cookman. But in your opinion, where does this rivalry and the events surrounding the game rank?
I think this rivalry is right up there with all the others. You know, it's a very intense rivalry. It's one that has a lot of tradition and history. But the event and the venue is probably the best that I've ever been a part of. You know, Coca-Cola and McDonald's do a wonderful job sponsoring the Magic City Classic. And I tell you what, all the events that they have all week long, leading up to the game is tremendous. And then, of course, the day of the game is just spectacular with all the fans. I mean, you're talking about 70 to 80,000 plus fans